Southern California volunteers care for the Hispanic immigrant community despite religious differences. Timar Northern District Chapter and Taipei City Hospital provide free clinics in Pingxi together. Canada headlines and Megita, thank you for joining us. In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers in Orange County of Southern California have been conducting free clinics, fresh produce distribution, and lessons on Jing Si Aphorisms. They have inspired many local volunteers in the Hispanic immigrant community. From the Tzu Chi's help, locals witness how love transcends religious differences.
They have their own restaurant?
Vegetables, fruits, and other food are placed neatly here. The food, which comes from Tzu Chi food banks and other organizations, is being distributed at Spurgeon Intermediate School in Santa Ana.
We do not want them to eat processed food. When people in this school street came to our free clinic, we discovered that more than half of them have diabetes. Therefore, we need to educate them about the correct and healthy way of eating.
In this Spanish-speaking community, the atmosphere of the place is like a farmer's market. The passionate volunteers put on the volunteer vest to serve people.
And I'm so proud to be here to help them, to help them translate, English to Spanish.
I am here to help in the food distribution and to help the people get what they need.
Now I'm helping out with the food banks, which is very nice, very rewarding. A lot of people that are in need for the food, and it's just God's way of putting me here to help with His calling for me. So I'm really happy, and I've just experienced a lot of there's just love within the community and a lot of help and volunteer work that's available to everyone here in Santa Ana.
Carrying out Happy Campus program, Tzu Chi also promotes character education. At Madison Elementary School and Heroes Elementary School, Tzu Chi volunteers offer lessons on Jing Si Aphorisms on Fridays. In the half-hour lesson, the children learn from words of wisdom.
Typhoon Kamuri caused major devastation in Sorsogon province. In the past 2 weeks, Tzu Chi Philippines chapter has conducted a disaster survey as well as forming a roster of those in serious need ahead of their aids, all in the hopes that the survivors could receive the humanitarian aid before the end of the year holidays to celebrate this joyous time together.
慈济的师兄姐在做发放，不是说只是给，其实是深深的一鞠躬，谢谢他们来。我觉得这种心情是双方的，所以这让我很感动。
Post-Typhoon Kamuri, Tzu Chi volunteers can actively be seen in Sorsogon as they have been there conducting post-disaster survey, forming a roster, distributing vouchers, and on this day, the aid distribution is to take place. Many of the affected residents are delighted beyond words.
We're so touched for all the things that you gave us. For all of us affected people, we're all very thankful to you all.
Kaya nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyo lahat.
But we needed more and more help because there are just so many families that are in need. And this was talagang big help. So salamat ng marami.
Tzu Chi wanted to present the typhoon survivors with presents for the holiday, which included rice, blankets, and cash. In accordance to how many members are in their household, many who received the aid are looking to spend the money on construction materials for rebuilding.
These survivors are unfortunate to not only get rice and goods, but also financial assistance. The locals will be forever grateful. It's an inspiration to all of them that Tzu Chi was able to help those in need.
We used the money to buy construction materials like roofing and nails.
All who received material aid from Tzu Chi could not help but smile, especially Emma Bentacor, who worked in Taiwan for 5 years and dearly missed the aromatic smell of Taiwan rice.
When I was eating the rice in Taiwan, it tasted very good. Thank you, Taiwan. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
On the first day of the Aid event, the 3 distributions occurred from morning to night, but the volunteers have no words of complaint, as they simply hope to share their love with the survivors so they may have a happy holiday.
In the Philippines, Typhoon Haiyan devastated Tacloban 6 years ago. In its aftermath, Tzu Chi has initiated a work for relief program. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed 400 bags of rice to impoverished residents in 9 districts. The son of the mayor of Tacloban also joined to express his gratitude.
400 bags of 20 kilograms of rice from Taiwan are neatly stacked in the square. Tacloban residents are familiar with Taiwan and Tzu Chi. Since Typhoon Haiyan struck 6 years ago, the volunteers have been accompanying the residents.
When Typhoon Haiyan struck, Tzu Chi provided work for relief program and paved the path for people to rebuild their homes. Our lives have improved.
The community volunteers who participate in the care activity have increased in number year after year. The son of the mayor of Tacloban has also participated in the rice distribution to thank Tzu Chi for bringing hope to the city.
Even if Tacloban is somewhat recovered, it's not fully recovered in the sense that we still need livelihood programs, and it's nice that Tzu Chi didn't forget Tacloban and what happened during Typhoon Haiyan.
The volunteers from 9 districts work with one heart to move the rice for impoverished families.
And we're here not to just share the rice, but also to share love and care, and to remind the people to learn to be grateful.
At the end of the year, the volunteers have delivered rice to warm the hearts of the recipients.
Tzu Chi volunteers in China split into teams to visit 44 villages in Laiyuan, Hebei province, presenting them with relief goods. Volunteers also visited patients in a hospital to give them faith to face their illnesses bravely.
The goods are heavy, but the volunteers are smiling as they bring best wishes and encouragement to patients in the hospital.
I used to feel I counted every day I lived. After I have this major illness, I felt sad because I will leave someday. After I met Tzu Chi, I have stopped thinking this way because there are more people who are in a worse condition than me, so I should live every day happily.
After our patients have contacted Tzu Chi, they have become more confident in winning their battle against their diseases. Their personalities have changed too because they show appreciation to people around them.
Love can dispel suffering and is like the sun in winter. 259 volunteers split into teams to visit underprivileged people in 44 villages. The girl suffers from clubfoot, so she cannot walk normally. She and her siblings are being raised by their grandparents.
You too should also take care of yourself because when you're here, the girls are able to live in this warm home, right? They know they're being loved, and when they come home and say, Grandma, Grandpa, you can respond to them, okay?
我看到这个小女孩啊，10多岁，失去了父亲。
When the girl was in her teens, she lost her parents, so she is being raised by her grandparents. She has had several surgeries on her feet. When I touched her feet, they were cold, and I felt very sad about it. My daughter had this illness. What could I do? I also hope she can grow up as a healthy person.
This 6-year-old boy is being raised by his aunt because his father died and his mother has left him.
吃苦了苦尽，苦尽甘来，享福了福，福尽悲来。
Volunteers visit them earlier to understand their needs, so when the volunteers come this time to deliver the goods and their best wishes, it brings much warmth and love to these families.
Pingxi, New Taipei City, is the most popular district for elderly residents in Taiwan. Tima Northern District Chapter has been providing free clinics there every 2 months. As the most recent event was the end of the year, Taipei City Hospital also joined to help the elderly residents stay healthy and enjoy life.
师兄师姐啊，就跟家人一样，都很亲切，很有耐心的在照顾我们。我是觉得就是感觉很幸福啦。
Although this is this year's last Tima free clinic in Pingxi, nearly 200 volunteers and medical professionals still participated. The elderly residents have been looking forward to the event.
If their physical conditions are fine, we will ask them about their daily life or even about their grandchildren. I think by doing this, we can comfort them. By coming here, we get to see the patient's living conditions. Oftentimes, it makes the medical professionals realize that we are treating a person, not just an illness.
Pingxi, which is located in the mountains, has a different weather compared to the cities. When the volunteers and medical professionals visit the residents, they provide love and care on top of medical treatment.
Sometimes they might not have any major illnesses, but we still provide them with love and care, which is another kind of treatment.
It's very humid in Pingxi. As a result, the residents, regardless of their ages, suffer from some problems. Tzu Chi's free clinics in Pingxi have given us a tremendous amount of help.
Pingxi is the most populated district for elderly residents in Taiwan. As the government is promoting long-term care, Taipei City Hospital's Dementia Care Center has also provided much services.
We are now combining our resources with the local resources in Pingxi. After all the resources are in place, these seniors can live here with peace of mind.
The eyes are said to be the window to our soul, and it's important to take care of our eye as it is fragile. In Taichung, a 5-year-old boy contracted HQ injections, and due to excessive friction, it turned into a more severe case of cornea damage with injuries to the upper eye of lower eyelids.
This 5-year-old boy's left eye is still a little swollen, and if he pulls down his lower eyelid, one can see it is inflamed.
It's so bad that it bleeds when he tries to wipe his tears away. I feel pretty helpless to do anything about it.
In the beginning, the doctor said he had acute conjunctivitis, but a few days later, the little boy's eye was swollen shut. Going to the doctors once more, they discovered there were multiple injuries in his eyes.
The doctor said it was conjunctivitis, but it got to the point where his eye was swollen and he couldn't open it. The doctor then said his upper and lower eyelids were injured, and even the surface of his cornea was injured.
Sometimes, papillary follicles can grow very large, and when you rub the eyes, it can cause damage to the eyes from the friction.
There are many reasons why the corneal epithelium could be damaged. Besides direct injury caused by fingernails, small pebbles, or metal dust, other common causes of injury includes the lack of closing the eyelids completely, dry eyes, or even misuse of contact lenses.
Contact users commonly suffer from dry eyes, which, if it's really bad at times, it will cause damage to the cornea. Due to the cornea's constant exposure to the air, if it doesn't get sufficient moisturizer, then just by blinking, it can cause friction and damage the cornea.
After damage to the eyes caused by contact lenses is repaired, doctors advise patients to let the eyes to have further rest for 1 to 2 weeks without wearing contacts. For damages caused by dry eyes, patients should use plenty of eye drops or eye ointments. As for other physical damage to the eyes, it is best to bandage up the eye and let it rest to prevent further damage or infection.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi University medical informatics students have designed an interactive virtual reality game that helps analyze cancer treatment and helps people learn about healthcare system and food safety. Let's see how the students combine technology and hands-on application for the public.
若遇意外情况发生大出血，不延几分钟就可能危及生命。
Wearing the virtual reality equipment, Tzu Chi University medical informatics students are stimulating how one treats injured patients. The students have designed virtual reality games and tests related to hemorrhage, burns, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke.
As we listen to health education, we might easily forget it because we do not get enough practice. After practicing the virtual reality test, people will not be very nervous when encountering emergency situations. Oftentimes, people simply miss the golden treatment period.
To help solve problems autistic children encounter when interacting with others, the students have designed tests using animated pictures. Unlike still pictures, animated pictures can better attract children's attention. The APP can also record and distinguish voices and upload the information to the cloud system for analysis.
Currently, the therapists record the voice manually, writes much information, and analyze with multi-program word analysis. They spend a lot of time and effort, therefore we make everything automatic.
The time and environment are changing. Applications that cross different fields will be the future trend of society. It's a very good approach as the students pursue work in the future.
To solve food safety problem, the students have also designed an APP that distinguishes food ingredients. One simply takes photos, upload information, and he can find more about ingredients. As medical informatics are applied in treatment of cancer and healthcare system, they can help more people in need.
Chen Guanbai is a passionate achiever. She has established the fashion brand Storywear and recycles and remakes jeans. She hopes other people who have dreams will also have the courage to persevere with it.
Taking apart the recycled jeans and remaking them might seem like an easy pet job work. However, it takes at least 16 hours to remake each product.
The most difficult part is taking apart the pockets and waistbands after getting the jeans. After taking it apart, it becomes a piece of fabric. Then you need to fit the fabrics together even though they might be of different materials. We need to find the right piece to match.
The founder of Storywear, Chen Guanbai, has hired women who are entering the job market for the second time. Since 2018, she has recycled and remade 2,000 pairs of jeans. Her motivation is to decrease the pollution to the earth.
它的染剂跟生产流程其实带给环境极大的破坏。全世界第2大污染源已经是衣服了，纺织业。
The world's second largest pollution source is the textile industry. We've been discovered that in Asia, people do not seem to be aware of the problem. We want to promote the idea of sustainable fashion. We do not want to use new fabrics, even those eco-friendly fabrics. Therefore, I thought I would establish a brand that does not produce garbage.
然后之后，大家如果也愿意来做这样的改造，其实他也不用再买新衣服啊。
As a passionate young entrepreneur, she hopes to contribute to society. She also encourages people, if they have a dream, dare to take actions and utilize their youth.
我是觉得任何人都有。
I think everyone has his or her life's calling. After finding out about the calling, one should persevere with the realization of the dream. If you think it is right, you should persevere.
你觉得是对的，你就坚持下去。
Pursuing changes and dreams, everyone has the opportunity to become a passionate young person.
A number of social issues can be communicated through games, allowing young people to express their opinions and potentially solving problems. This is one of the concepts of Play School, which hopes to promote more active thinking amongst participants. Today, we take a look at this group and how they are changing the nature of education.
"我刚刚被我妈揍了一顿，火气正大得很呢。
可是这跟我没有关系吧？
就是有，因为你考试考了10分，比我的成绩还要高，都怪你。
怎么这样？
你觉悟吧！
大雄，不要逃
！Goda Takeshi often bullies Nobita Nobi, as this animated clip about bullying has become a topic of discussion in the classroom.
那今天呢，
的我们这个会议的目标是，我们希望可以改善这个胖虎在班上的处境。
All of the students in this class are Taipei City Middle School teachers who are being led by co-founder of Play School, Li Kunping. He hopes the students today can learn through games to tackle the bullying issue. Campus bullying seems to exist on all campuses. Through these topic-centered games, which don't rely on boring textbooks, these students are seeking creative answers to the issue of bullying through crisis management and problem solving.
Actually, there's a gap between what we know and what should be done. We know this and are trying to supplement this through role-playing games. This is the subject that we feature in these games as we play different roles, and then try to solve the problem from different angles. Also, these games lead to resolutions from different perspectives.
Play School was selected by Tzu Chi Foundation's second National Youth Charity Project. Provides textbooks about bullying and swears to fight against bullying in educational institutions. Play School has two co-founders, Lin Ziyu, a social worker, and Li Kongping, who once worked for a foreign company. More than 3 years ago, because they share the same philosophy, they decided to start a business together. At present, they have entered schools at all levels and have been invited by enterprises to let people from all walks of life explore themselves through role-playing and games.
We have created about 50 to 60 topic games with teachers from all over Taiwan.
For example, teachers like Penghu make sea urchins, and then Miaoli teachers make stone tigers. And in Hualien, they make mud. So we're so touched. So many people say that you are crazy and keep giving our stuff to others for free. But it's because we are trying to create a movement which requires a lot more effort.
This educational model originated from the United States. Retail expert Li Kongping had a car accident which made him think that life is not just about making money, so he decided to work hard in the field of education.
It wasn't that long after my son was born that I had a very serious car accident. At that time, I worked at a foreign company and the salary was also very good. But then this car accident suddenly made me think, if I really left, would I leave anything for my child?
He learned that the most lasting thing he could leave would be education. However, what Li Kongping wanted to do was not the type of education generally recognized around the world.
We hope
that the teacher can release their control in the classroom so that the children can freely express their ideas. As a teacher, you should give up some control and lower yourself to have greater awareness. To do this, you might not have the result that you expect, so I often tell teachers that to engage in these role-playing games, you have to prepare yourself for failure.
Issue-based teaching and role-playing may create confusion and powerlessness among some, as it is still in its infancy in Taiwan.
We all say that children are our hope for the future, but we often don't want children to understand the realities in society. We often want to protect them and keep them away from cruelty. But in fact, when these children grow up, they will encounter these problems in the future.
For Play School, they take pride in practicing real-world issues and teaching their students that life is a big adventure in which one needs to continually move forward.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Paraguay hosted a year-end blessing ceremony and many came to share the joy. Take a look and see you next time.